Good morning, guys. How are you doing? Today is, it's Monday the 4th of March. How the hell did that happen? We're in March already. It's a bit miserable out there today. It's rainy. I was thinking about a walk, and then quite quickly my motivation, any motivation I had, just went, no chance, not today. I'm planning on taking the donations we got instead of flowers from Howie's funeral to the hospital to hand them to the charity so that the intensive care unit can use the donation. We raised £1,203.90, which is not to be sniffed at, right? That will help. And I've got a load of mini shampoo bottles and stuff that I'm going to give to the family room, which at that time when I needed it was one of the best things ever, when I hadn't had a shower for 2 days and was able to go in there and they had toothpaste, throwaway toothbrushes, and all of those little hotel bottles of shampoo and shower gel and stuff. So I'm going to replace what I used I have a big bag of stuff that I've collected over the time. I'll take that, so Chelsea and I are going to go and do that today at some point. I'll ring them at 9, I think. It's quite early at the moment. It's only 6:30. My weekend was okay. I had a lovely time with Rebecca and her mum Sue and Lexi, which I always do anyway. She's the kind of friend that I think it's really hard. I was laying here this morning thinking about friends as such, and what's going on in my mind, probably not in their minds, but in my mind. And I'm having a real shift in my thoughts and feelings about certain people in my life. I cut very easily. I've told you guys that anyway. And I think during this period of my life where I'm struggling the most, there are some people that probably don't know what to say to me. So maybe avoid saying anything at all. There are some people that stay away on purpose for whatever reason, I don't know. Then you've got others that can't see through their own problems, so they will call you and give you more emotional baggage in the sense of maybe they've got mental health problems and they're suicidal, so they give you that, they tell you that they're suicidal, and you're just like, fuck, I don't need that at the moment. I'm trying to navigate this journey of mine without my soulmate and my loved one. And selfishly, all I need to focus on at the moment, which I know is okay, is me. So I have taken over 250 people off my Facebook. I have taken 300 and something off my normal Instagram. I just can't be arsed. At this point, I'm looking at people's lives, and yeah, it's that normal thing, isn't it? I know life goes on for everybody, and I get it. I wouldn't want it to. My life has gone on when people have lost people. I get that, but what nobody understands is how I feel right now. Nobody. And like I said, I'm cleansing myself almost of a lot of people, and it's mainly to do with social media, because I don't want to look. I don't want to see that. I'm going to use my social media, my time, for exactly what I want it to be used for, and that's not looking at certain people's lives, because all I can think about is my own. I don't care how that sounds. That's just the way that it is at the moment, that I am. They do say that something like this always wheedles out who are your true friends and who aren't. Like I've said to you before, people have stepped up that I wasn't sure did whatever, but for whatever reason, I'm really grateful for those people. And I will invest my time in those that I feel are genuinely wanting to help me and to care for me. And I'm not being very kind to myself at the moment, and I really need people around me that are going to be kinder to me than I am to myself. So going away this weekend was really good, really quite cathartic with her mum and her daughter. We played Uno, we drank, Becky cooked a lovely meal. Just what I needed, really, to be honest. It was lovely to step away. I was a bit worried about going away for the first time. Because obviously all I kept thinking at the time was, last time I was there was just before Christmas, and obviously I had Howie at home and I haven't got Howie to even say I'm there safe and sound. I text my kids instead, don't get me wrong, but all of those little normal things are just still reminders that he's not here. I won't ever do that again. So that'd always be quite hard, I think. But the weekend was good. Got home though, and you get home from a weekend like that or a night like that, and the kids were coming round for a roast, and I tried to admit to them yesterday, I got stressed as soon as I came in the house, and I don't want to feel stressed here, and I don't have a conscious feeling that I'm not happy in my house, but maybe it is just big reminders of my loss, and cooking a dinner for the kids whilst that used to be the happiest day of my life, knowing that I'd have all of my immediate loved ones under one roof was the happiest Jan in the world. And now it's tinged with that sadness that there's a puzzle piece missing. So yeah, I really admitted to the kids that I find it hard doing a Sunday roast because I'm really angry about it. That I didn't realise it's because he's not there. I just knew I felt really, really stressed, and I never used to. And for instance, my brain isn't working properly. I mean, the kids will say it didn't work anyway, Mum. But, I bought Chelsea a really nice vegetarian dish to go with our roast dinner yesterday, and I completely forgot to put it in the oven. And I don't know, you just do stupid things, don't you? And the oven didn't seem to work well yesterday. Howie always used to help me do the meats, and yesterday the sweet potato was like almost burnt on the outside and not cooked on the inside, and I was just like, what? It's an oven, how can I? Anyway, it's just little things. They are minute in the grand scheme of things, but are enough to tip me over the edge at this point, because I'm just on the edge of an abyss. I think that I'm about to fall down. So yeah, Chelsea's really struggled this weekend too. I think having to listen to Willow constantly talk about Grandpa is taking its toll. She's very, very due to have her baby anyway. So she took herself up to his grave yesterday and had a cup of tea on her own, which is probably quite good for her. And I asked Mason, I said, how are you, Mason? Whilst me and Chelsea are very good at being together, and, I know that you're putting up with me and my tears in the evening. How are you doing? And he said, I'm all right, Mum. He said, I feel sad when I'm alone. He said, and I'm okay with that. So at least we talk, and we're trying to help each other, I guess, although I've probably been wrapped up with my own grief to not even think about theirs. And I think Chelsea's trying to be okay for Willow and be okay for me. So that's taken its toll on her, because at some point we're all going to break. And yeah, I break most days, but that's pretty obvious. And they understand. They understand the loss that I feel. Because he was their dad. They're feeling it too in a different way, but they're feeling it. The loss is just as big. So yeah, that's me. Friends-wise, sorry, not sorry. Like I said, it's a shift in my life. It's it's been over 8 weeks, and if certain people that are supposed to be your friends haven't picked up the phone or asked you, how are you, whatever, when initially they were all over you, and now they're not, you just kind of go, see you then. Yeah, and others I've had to be really honest in saying, I can't deal with your personal emotions when I'm going through this. I just need some complete space. I need to be really fucking selfish, and I need to say, no, I don't want to have to worry about you. I don't want to have to worry about you. You're a grown up, you're married, you've got your own shit to deal with. Go and deal with it, and I need to just deal with this. And the one thing I am learning, I've read 3 books already now in the time about grief. One was really good, actually, I've just finished, called Grief Works by Julia Samuels, and I think that was advised by a counsellor to read that, and I've read it on the audio. In fact, finished it yesterday on the drive, because it was a 2-hour drive to Becky's and back, and that was really quite an eye-opener. But it also teaches you that grief doesn't have there is no book to tell me how to do this, because there isn't any way to do it. It's personal, it's unique, and it's something I've just got to go with, and it could take a really long time. And I need to be kinder to myself in saying, stop expecting too much of myself. That's the one thing the counsellor did say to me. you know it's early days, but you're expecting yourself to be okay, and I'm not okay. So I've got to tread carefully and do what's right for me. So cleansing myself of all of these friends and family, actually. There's a few people on there that I just didn't want to see anymore. I don't want to see their happy pictures when I'm not happy, and that's just the way that it is. That's me being really brutally honest. They can all go and have their happy lives, and I'll deal with my shit, and you know, what will be, right? Please keep praying for baby Ella. Claire moved back into the hospital, I think, yesterday. Ella's not doing too good, so your prayers and wishes for baby Ella are much needed now, as they always have been. I can only hope myself that she's going to pull through this. The poor little bubba has really gone through an awful lot, and yeah, Claire's feeling it. So I love you, Claire. You've got this. You've got the strength to just be by your daughter's side and do what's needed, darling. I wish I could do more for you, and I know you've always said it to me throughout this whole period with Howard passing away, but I wish I could take your pain away too. I think we're both hurting in different ways, but just do what you've got to do, Claire. Be where you're needed to be, and I send you all of my love, and I can only hope and pray that Ella's going to pull through. Anyway, guys, take care. Lots of love. Bye.